wonderful people. How are you doing? How have you been? My journey continues, and today I am in Ruai visiting a breeder who's keeping Caucasian Shepherds. And I know you've been asking me questions about Caucasian Shepherds, so I hope we get to talk and get to understand more about this breed. And so far, have you subscribed? And also, do not forget to hit the notification bell to get notified every time we upload a new video. This is Linda Kenyita, and this is Dog TV Kenya, the best documentary channel for all dog lovers. I'm going to introduce our breeder, and then I'll let him introduce himself and tell us his name and the name of his kennel. Francis, yes. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Francis Ngoge. I'm the owner of this kennel. It's called JJ Kennels Ruai. I breed Caucasian Shepherds and German Shepherds.
Yes. Okay, how long have you been keeping dogs?
I've been breeding since 2005. That's when I started. I started with German Shepherds, long coats. Along the way, I introduced Caucasian Shepherds. Yeah, and there we are.
So I know I haven't seen the dogs, so let's go and introduce me to the dogs, and then we'll get to talk a little bit more when I get to meet the dogs, okay?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Rex, stop. Oh, Yuri, good boy. Rex, stop. This is Bendel Major. Bendel Major is 1.5 years old. I got him from Mondugu. This is Rex. He's 6 years old. He's my oldest dog here. He's the one I started with this kennel. So he's my favorite dog as we speak. This boy here is called Alexandra Transylvania Yuri. He's an import. He's 2 years, 7 months. He's the father to so many puppies you will see here. He's a very wonderful boy. This lovely lady here is called Magitai Gladiator X Yagoda. She's from Romania. She's an import as well. She's 2 years, 8 months. She had a litter of 14. They're currently 8 weeks old and almost ready to be rehomed. This beautiful girl here, up Luna, Luna up. Good girl. This girl is called Luna. She's a breeding of Valam and Tina, bred by Dr. Mwangi Gashara. She's 2 years and currently I've served her with Yuri. Yes. So I'm expecting puppies in 2 months. She got her last serving yesterday. Yes. Yes. So we are expecting a very nice litter from that. Bingo, up. Bingo. 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 Up, Bingo. Good boy. Aww. This is Bingo. He's a very big boy. He's 11 months old. He's my breeding here. His father is called Lexman. He's around Ruai. The mother is there. She's called Fankoro. He's a very nice boy. I kept him because of the size. You can see he's at 11 months. You can already see the head is big. Yes. You can see the bone, the length. That's the reason I kept him for my program here, breeding program. Yes. This lovely girl here is called Cisco. She's currently out of court. She had a litter. She's 18 months. No, she's 2 years, 1 month now.
Oh, okay. Without the coat, it looks kind of not so big, not so scary.
Yes. In fact, I didn't want her to be shown because you see, she's completely out of court. Yes.
But I think it's good to show because people really want to know about this breed. Yes. And you see, if this is something, it's a natural process, then we need to understand that.
Yes.
Yeah. So explain to me actually now why this has happened.
Basically, when a bitch gives birth, there is that process of breastfeeding. Do we call it breastfeeding in dogs? So, the feeding. In that process, she tends to lose her coat. she tends to lose her weight, like just like women or any other animal. She tends to lose a lot of weight and the coat in the process. But in a month's time, the coat will be back, her weight will be back, and everything else will be back to normal. Yes, but now I won't breed her until next year because the regulation of the kennel club is pedigree dogs, we breed once a year. Yes, so when she comes on heat, maybe in February, I'll have to jump that heat. I won't serve her. So she'll be kept until maybe next year, June, is when she'll be eligible to be served for another litter.
Okay.
Yes.
And, I think also that is good information because most probably people might not know that. What is there, according to you, and the reasons for skipping? What could be the reason why, like, you need to skip and give time for the dog?
Generally, the well-being of the dog. You can't be serving a dog each and every season she comes on heat. She has to keep her health okay. And again, these pedigree dogs, that is the regulations we've got from where we imported them from. We have to serve them once a year. In fact, that's also the regulation of the East African Kennel Club. We can't go against that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, since the dogs are so chillax, I think we can continue talking here. Like, how has been your experience dealing with the Caucasian Shepherds?
Generally, Caucasian Shepherds are good dogs. They are very gentle. In fact, I should open for that boy if you interact with him. They are very good. The feeding is very good. The impression itself, having a Caucasian Shepherd, is very good. Yes.
And now? Like now, see the way they are relaxed and we're able to talk.
Yes.
How is it that they are that relaxed and we are here, we are strangers, we have gadgets, but they are these well behaved?
They are well socialized. I have a trainer here who works from Monday to Saturday. That is his work. He does the socialization, he takes them to the road, he engages them with people. Yes. They are very, very well socialized. Yes. And now
let's go back to you. How did you find yourself, like, starting with one dog and then now having these big breeds? Have you always loved dogs?
I'm a dog lover, per se. I came here in 2015. We were not so many here, so I thought I needed a dog for security. And then in the process is when now I started. From my first boy, that JSD I've shown you there is called Rex. That was my first dog. He's 6 years old. That is the first dog I kept. So in the process, I got a female, a long coat called Lady. Unfortunately, she passed on a few years ago. She gave me a very good litter. She gave me very good returns, though they were unregistered. And that's why I started my journey to breeding.
And when it comes to your family and dogs,
Yes.
Are they okay?
In fact, now they are telling me, Daddy, when are you bringing another dog for my boys? Yes, I also realized my wife is very passionate about dogs, so we are good. It's only that the kennel is small, but I'm moving to a bigger kennel. Yes.
When you move, please invite me because I really want to see the transformation. So if moving to a bigger kennel, is it because of the dogs? Are they the motivation?
They are the motivation, of course, yes. The space you see small, even though there are other kennels on the other side, you'll see them before we finish the show. Yes.
And now, challenges that comes with this breed. What are some of the challenges, you might say, if any, that you have seen with the Caucasian Shepherds?
Currently, I've seen none as we speak, ever since I started breeding the Caucasians. But from what I read, from what I see from breeders in abroad, here and locally in Kenya, being big bones dogs, they have to be taken for a walk like almost every day for the bones to be strong. You can't keep a giant dog like this laying here the whole day. He has to get out of the kennel, do a walk, exercise to maintain the bones strong, being huge. Basically, they have issues with the bone. And for me here in my kennel, currently I have no issue as we speak.
Now, this is a big dog.
Yes.
What is its feeding regime like?
I normally feed with chicken heads. I'll take you through the foods. I have broken rice. I get from where? Chicken heads we get from City Market. Our supply is always constant. We don't miss. Okay, I normally get my food. I have many suppliers, chicken heads and broken rice. I do pellets, kibos, premium ones, very nice. Yes.
Now, the coat. How do we maintain this coat for it to be, like I say, the color of that one, it's a very pretty dog. How do we maintain its coat?
I normally comb them every weekend. I have someone who does that, grooming. It's done every weekend. So we normally wash them like once or twice a month. It's not advisable for these coats to be washing every time now and again with water. So I have, and at the same time, I have a groomer who comes here once or twice a month also to groom them. Yes, that's why you see the coat is that beautiful. Very beautiful.
Now, for someone who does not have any experience with the dog and they're admiring the dog, they would want to own the dog. What advice would you give for a dog lover who is thinking about acquiring this breed as a first timer?
One, you have to have the passion. You can't just take a dog because it's a big dog or you just want to own a dog. You must have that passion. You must have that zeal because it needs good feeding and nice kennels, clean as you can see. And it needs to be well taken care of. Yes. Okay. Yes.
And I'm also thinking if you do not have the space, then this is not the dog for you. Now, when it comes to the puppies,
Yes.
What is the process of you raising these dogs for them to get here from when they are born, for them to be now say like now I can safely transfer this puppy to the dog owner who's acquiring or to rehoming it?
It's a road. It's a journey, I can say. From the day they are born, for the first 3 weeks, in fact, we don't sleep. We are in the whelping box day and night. We ensure the puppies are well taken care of. They're taking their milk correctly. If the bitch does not have milk, then we shall have to substitute with either goat milk or lactose-free milk from the supermarket. Yes, for up to around 6 weeks. From there, the 6 weeks, we give the first Pavo, sorry. We give the first Pavo. At 8 weeks, we do DHLP. From there now, the pup is independent, but we don't separate the pup from the mother. At 12 weeks, we repeat the DHLP. Now the pup is good to be rehomed to the new home. Yes. Keeping in mind, we do home every 2 weeks after birth.
Oh.
Yes. I've had other breeders do a week, but me, I do every 2 weeks. Yes.
The breed.
Yes.
How trainable is it? Like I can see your dogs are obedient. You tell them get up, they get up. Tell them see, they see it. How trainable is this dog?
They are very trainable. As you can see, the temperament is cool. They are not aggressive. Yeah.
And and thank you for mentioning aggressive, because most of the time, like I hear comments like those dogs are dangerous. Those dogs are aggressive. They can snap. So, what has been your experience like when it comes to the Caucasian Shepherds and them being aggressive or not?
Caucasians, basically, the temperament should be cool. For the ones I've handled ever since I started breeding, they are cool. But I've seen some very aggressive. You can't handle. I've seen even a breeder, his own dog, he can't handle himself. He's very aggressive. So we start this journey of socialization where they are puppies. We start pulling down that temperament when they are young. Yes? Yes, that's how you can manage that dog as it grows. Yes.
And what about those ones who might be thinking, me, I do not want for a pet companion cool, I want it as a guard dog.
Basically, they are guard dogs. Caucasians come from Eastern Europe. They were used as guard dogs. If you read about Caucasians, they were basically guard dogs guarding those livestock in Europe, big farms. So they are livestock. I mean, they are guard dogs. So when we keep them here, it doesn't really mean that they're not guard dogs. If I live here, if I leave you here alone, you won't walk out of that gate. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now this is an issue.
Yes.
Would you advise somebody to train them when it comes to aggression? Or are we
Yes, you can train. Yes, you can train. From 3 months old, you can actually start training. Yes.
So is there a borderline between the dog being too aggressive and now not listening to you, or you not being able to handle it, and now it being a cool companion? Is there a line in between?
Yes, there is a line, and it also depends with the genes of the dog. There are dogs which were aggressive by nature, but you can always tame that through training and socialization from the dog being a puppy. But there are some which are extremely aggressive from their lineage. That's where lineage now comes in. When you are buying these dogs, we normally look at the lineage. How are the parents, the grandparents? Who are they? Who are they from the championship side? Yes, that's how we get to tell what are we importing or what are we buying.
Yeah, and okay, this just came to my head. I think this is one of those important things with registrations of dogs. So like when you're buying a registered dog, you kinda know what exactly you're getting.
Yes, you have to look at the pedigree first. You see, what do I want? Do I want a dog for breeding? Do I want a dog for keep as a pet? Yes. Yes.
People, are you watching? Are you learning? So before you go get that dog, you have to look at the lineage of show dog. One thing I've heard people complain about, it's vet bills. When you kinda own a dog, you need to have a vet fund, something like that. So what are the health challenges does it have you faced so far when it comes to dealing with the Caucasian Shepherds, and how do you deal with that?
Basically, I haven't faced any challenge, but my dogs, I have a vet who comes for a round check, like once in 6 months. If there's no issue, he has to come and do a run check all the dogs, the eyes, the nose, the teeth, everything. If there's a female which is on heat, he has to come and check if the uterus is good, it can be ready to be served. The male to do the serving, he has to come and check the male if he is good. Then we proceed with the mating of the dog. Yes. So I normally have a vet, even if there's no issue, there's a vet who comes once in 6 months. Yes. Not keeping in mind that we do these big dogs once in 6 months. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also now, you're a breeder.
Yes.
What are the precautions you take? Like if something happens, you had an emergency with this big dog. Like how? Because I'm trying to imagine. How would you deal with that?
Good question. I can say, as we speak, I'm in the process of insuring all these dogs because they are very expensive dogs. My insurer is working on a policy. It will be ready, I think, in 2 or 3 weeks' time. Yeah. Yeah.
That is brilliant. Now, let's go back to the court and pests. And then you're in Ruai, huko kuna ng'ombe. And then you and then you take the dogs for walks every day. How are you doing your pest control? Is that a challenge? Have you had something like
Those are common. Pets are common because the dogs are out every day. We get pets, we get fleas. So basically we have products we use. Some which are called spot-ons, we put on the neck, others on the tail. We have shampoos which use to clean the dogs. And that one we do regularly because the dogs get out every day. Yes. We also have stud dogs coming in. They might come with fleas. So we must control that. Yes.
No. When you're thinking like as a breeder, when you're looking for a dog to, let's say, you're looking for stud services, what are the things that you look for, and then when you decide, that's a good one, I'm going to use that one?
Okay. Basically, for like a Caucasian, the male, you look at the head. It has to be big. You see the head type. You see the bone. It has to be a big bone. You look at the height. And finally, you look at the coat. Yeah. Okay. Those are the specs of a good male for stud. And that's exactly what I have here.
So is that a service you offer? You've said that with a very big smile.
Yes, I do for registered beaches only. Yes. Okay. I do offer stud services to only registered beaches. Yes.
And before, other than registration, before you agree to offer studs, like do you look? Is there anything you can say like that bit? No, I do not want that one coming. Is there anything else you look at other than registration?
First, I look at the pedigree. Are they related to my dog? If they are related, basically I want to give that stud. That will be in breeding. If they are not related in one way or the other, then I have to consider how is this dog? How will my male complement this female? How will the puppies look like? Then I make a decision from that. Yes.
So it's not just about get that dog, put it there, and then.
It's not about I need a puppy or I need that money. I'm not that greedy. I have to look at that aspect. How is this bitch with her features and my male's features? What will they get out? What will they give the owner? And what kind of puppy will I get? That comes to makes me feel if I or should not give that stud service. Yes.
The Caucasian Shepherds. I don't know whether you many guys, but how do you ensure that the lines are not crossing? How do you introduce new lines? How is the variety in Kenya? What are the chances of finding like related dogs?
Currently that is a major challenge because there are not so many Caucasian breeders. In fact, like here at Ruai, we are like 3 of us. On the issue of lines, that's where there's a major challenge. But we are trying our level best to import more males and more females. There are people who have imported, so we are doing good. We are not badly off from the breeding of Caucasians. Yes.
Sour.
This is Alexandra Transylvania Yuri. He's an import from Romania. He is currently 2 years, 7 months old. He is the newest boy in this kennel. I got him recently. And he's the father to so many pups I have here. Yeah.
When you get a mature dog,
yes,
isn't language a barrier?
Of course it's a barrier, but we are working on it. He's now taking basic instructions in English. Yes, and he's doing good.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's fully matured?
He's fully matured. He's 2 years, 7 months. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Alexander Transylvania Yuri. In fact, the father is a 3-time world champion. You should take that one to note. Yes, so he's a champion in the making.
He's a champion in the making?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, question. This is one weird question people ask me, I'll have to say. People ask me, do the dog smell? People, this dog is not smelly. This dog has been well groomed. This dog, if you can see the surrounding, the place is clean. So no, other than just the normal animal smell, which if you love animals, then that's something that is there. It's not smelly like the kind of smelly questions you ask me whether those dogs are smelly. No, they are not smelly.
This is Magtai Gladiator X Yagoda. She's an import as well from Romania. She's 2 years, 8 months. She gave me a nice litter of 14 puppies.
Whoa.
Yes. 7 females, 7 males. They're currently 8 weeks old and doing fine. Yeah. As you can see, she has very good qualities of a female, the head, the coat. In fact, most people come here and think that she is a male. It's a male dog, but it's a female. Yes. And you can see after having a litter, she has not shed, she has not lost weight. In fact, it's something which has got me by surprise. Because normally when a dog gives birth and you have that big litter, you expect her to lose weight, but her, she maintained her weight. This girl here is called Luna. She's 2 years old. She's a breeding from Valam and Tina. Valam is a very nice dog, Caucasian, owned by Dr. Gashara. Currently, I served yesterday, the last serving yesterday with Yuri. So I'm expecting a litter in 2 months' time. And I'm expecting good things because you can see she has a very nice coat. The bone is good. The head also is good for a female. And with the kind of male I have, I think she complements her very nicely. Yes, so I'm expecting a very, very nice outcome from the two.
Okay.
Yes. This is Bingo. He's 11 months old.
Okay.
He's my own breeding here. I kept him because of the specs. As you can see, he has a very big head. The height. Bingo, come.
Bingo.
The temperament is good as well. The bone. So that's why I decided to keep him. Yes. He's in my breeding program. I'll start using him maybe from early next year when he's 15 months old. Yes, currently he's 11 months old. Even though the Kennel Club says for a male, you can start using him at 8 months, but I prefer to start using him when he's 15 months old, when he has fully matured. Yes. Yes.
And I also love his mask. Now today I've learned a new term. It's a mask.
Yes. These are Yuri out of Yagoda puppies. We have 14 of them, 7 males, 7 females. They are currently 8 weeks old. They got their first pav at 6 weeks. That was 2 weeks ago. Last week on Wednesday, they got their first DHLP at 8 weeks. I repeat, the DHLP at 14 weeks. From there now, they are at liberty to be rehomed to selected homes. Yes.
So far, have you subscribed? And also, do not forget to hit the notification bell to get notified every time we upload a new video. This is Linda Kenyita, and this is Dog TV Kenya, the best documentary channel for all dog lovers.